Hey y'all, it's me, Jean. I hadn't had time to write on my blog since I don't know when, been busier than a one-armed paper hanger, so I thought I'd take a few minutes and just talk to you. Welcome myself to the 90s and try something called a vlog. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about a conversation I overheard yesterday. Now, I need to warn you, I am an experienced eavesdropper, so please don't try this at home. But the conversation went something like this. These two old girls were sitting behind me at the Burger King up in Cornelia, Georgia, and one of them was saying, Ethel, you missed a really good funeral. I'm just sorry you got sick, 'cause boy, you missed a good funeral. You never gonna believe who gave the closing prayer. Ernest T. I am not kidding. Ernest T. gave the closing prayer. It was real pretty. I couldn't hear any of it, but... Oh, but that's not all. Do you know what happened at the end of the service? Cleta stood up and read that letter that Myrtle had written to her children and grandchildren. Yes, he did. Read it in front of God and everybody. The one that she left for her children and grandchildren. Now, I'm going to tell you something, Ethel. You know I've written a letter to my children. And you know I hid it in my Bible back there in 1 Corinthians. I'm telling you, you know Hoyt's shortened my life by a landslide. So, at my funeral, it is your job to make sure he doesn't do some dang fool stunt like that and read that letter that I wrote to my children. I know Hoyt. I know he would do it. I know he would, just to spite me. But you do whatever you've got to. I don't care what the preacher says. I don't care what anybody tells you. I am giving you the authority to shut that funeral down cold and on the spot. If I'd wanted everybody to read that letter, I would have started it by Dear Everybody, and I would have hidden it in Ecclesiastes instead of 1 Corinthians. So that's the girls, WilmaJean and Ethel, having lunch at the Burger King. And it got me to thinking about letters and writing letters and how maybe we ought to just, instead of sticking them somewhere safe or somewhere we think is safe, maybe we ought to write that letter and go on and send it before the postage goes up. And so that's my thought for the day. Bye, y'all.